Good evening, everyone, and this is Joe Giuliano, and I'm going to welcome you to the New You Life Monday training call. Tonight we have a very, very special guest on our call, our owner, founder, product formulator, Goldstein, my good friend, your good friend, and just one heck of a guy who loves the people that are here and loves what we're doing. Very, very exciting time, guys. First thing, before we go any further, I want to say Happy Veterans Day. Thanks to all you soldiers in your service out there, and we appreciate what you do. And I look back about 19 months ago is when I met Alex, and we start talking about bringing this wonderful product to market. And it took us about 7.5, 8 months to get to November 27th, 2017. And in 15 days, we're going to be officially 12 months old. We're going to be moving into 1-year-old. It's just amazing. It's incredible, some of the things that happened to this company. I'll tell you something that I thought was so neat. Last night I called Vicki. Okay, yesterday was November 11th. It was around 9 o'clock. And I was calling her to ask her about this specific customer count, the distributors I pretty much knew. And she goes, do you know that it's 11/11, and we've had, up until tonight, 111 distributors join and 111 customers join. And I just thought that was so odd. And I thought it can only happen to us. There's something special about New You Life. But guys, get excited about what you have created, what you've done. Thank you for what you've done, the excitement, sharing this product. Talking to people about why they need to try it, use it, purchase it, continue to use it, because what you've done is nothing shy of amazing. We have put in, and this was as a few hours ago, 72,674 distributors, 43,783 customers. That's almost 116,500 people buying, using Somaderm. That is totally unbelievable if you think about what we've created in a short period of time. We're going to be doing over 10 million a month. And guys, this hasn't happened in a long time. I don't know if it's ever happened because about 5 of our 12 months, we had issues. We had to ramp up our manufacturing. We have lost our merchant processing account a few times, and it's okay that we've went through those things because we've come out stronger on the other side. So, I'll tell you, on one of our early calls, someone asked me to ask Alex if he had an exit plan, and he answered me and said, I don't. He said, as a matter of fact, I plan on doing this, and that's what I love, is building products for people that change their lives. And if we follow that principle as a company, from our founder down, we'll never have to worry about money. We'll never have to worry about it, New You Life, if we follow this principle about taking care of people, focusing on people. If we start focusing on the money and we start focusing on the B word, that's when we have trouble. We don't have to worry about that. We just have to worry about sharing this incredible product and this incredible story. And Alex, I have to bring you on and say, could you ever, in a million years, think back to last November, just a short year ago, my friend, when we started this endeavor, and think that we would say we have over 116,000 people using this product? What would you say to that, Alex?
Absolutely not. When we first decided to force launch the company early because of the high demand that we want it right now, I was so excited to do that, and I thought, maybe right now would be at a good amount, which is maybe close to 1/10 of what we're at. I would have been happy with a good 10,000 people, and we're trying to keep up with everybody and make everybody happy and treat them like they deserve to be treated, and offer them the business they deserve to have, and the back office they deserve to have, and I'm like, we have to, my goal was to actually, it's not just, the product, of course, is my baby, and the products, actually plural, are going to be in that, always on top, but to provide a matching experience for all these amazing people, our extended family, right, is equally as important to me. So I was hoping, hey, we'll have 1 year, we'll have 10,000 people, we'll take care of them, they'll be super happy, and like all of a sudden this thing went crazy, and 10,000, this is nothing. We're at 115,000 combined customer distributor total, and this is just an amazing experience that it's been, and I'm so excited to see how far this product has gone, and I'm so thankful to all our distributors, to all our customers, to all these awesome stories that I get. Literally, guys, still, I mean, it'll be 350 days since we launched or started releasing this product to everybody, and until today, I still get testimonials every morning for breakfast. I mean, when I wake up and I get on and I start looking at these testimonials that are coming to me, I get up like there's no better energy behind me to make me work tirelessly to make this the best experience, for you guys. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, and thank you for this amazing journey through all the bumps and bruises, which are nothing. We came out of a very hard place, already, and everything is easy from now on. Just minor adjustments to make this a perfect experience.
Alex, can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Wonderful, wonderful. I thought I lost you there for a minute. We had somebody off mute. I had to mute the line again. Well, listen, I just, when you think back, when you created this product, so many people asked me about the three major ingredients. It was just all about the somatropin and the HCH gel, and then until people started realizing it was more than that, and the three major ingredients, and why you decided on that, why you thought there was a need to have the three ingredients together, alongside the botanicals. Could you shed some light on that? Because that's something that I'm hearing about more and more every single day, about these ingredients and why they're so important.
Absolutely. Where do I start? So this product, of course, when I developed this product, of course, is to help people, help everybody's body function a little bit better, right? So I wasn't looking at only the HGH. I wasn't looking at only the glandules, and I wasn't looking at only the botanicals. I wanted to put a product together that would go from A to Z. Okay, number one, it will improve your glandular functionality day to day. Okay, give you results that you will feel quickly in the first few days to a week, and then on the long term, and as well, not only improve your glandular function, but also make your glands function more efficiently, and give you that tiny trace amount of microdose of somatropin, right? And that combination was very important to me, because I didn't want to be dependent on one corner of this. So all three components of this product are equally as important, from the HGH or somatropin all the way to the thyroid and adrenal glandules, of course, all the way down to the botanicals. That combination, when you use the product and you notice results quickly, it's not from the somatropin. The results are actually from the botanicals. When you feel the faster recovery in the first week, and you have better energy and during the day, that's from the botanicals, for example. Some things you will notice quicker because of the botanicals. When you get those long-lasting benefits, this is more from the glandules and from the somatropin. So I feel that it's just as important, to have the botanicals with the glandules and the HGH somatropin to create a complete product that will enhance your body's functionality from A to Z, not just replace like a drug would, for example, just mask the symptoms or replace what a certain organ would do. On the contrary, you actually improve the functionality of the organs and enhance your body's ability to heal and repair faster, and all those benefits that we've been getting from everybody in the field, of course, from the improved sleep to the improved energy to the improved mood. All these things that you will notice little by little after committing, to using the product for a little while. Now, one important thing also is when I was putting this product together is in a huge industry that I've been in for close to 30 years now. There's a lot of products now. We're all reaching that instantaneous result, right? So you take an energy pill and you're good, you have energy. But the problem is that people don't think that if you're taking enough energy pills and you're having quick energy, that means you're probably punishing your adrenal gland. And your adrenal gland is going to suffer because of this. For example, you take a little bit of caffeine or you take a little bit of one of those energy drinks and you feel good. You get away with the energy that you were requiring and you get what you want, but then the adrenal gland will suffer. This is just an example that creating an energy product the right way, not just a 5-minute temporary mask, for an ailment. Actually, the right way to do it is to support your adrenal gland and help it get a little bit, expand a little bit so it can actually function more efficiently so you can have more energy the right way. Not really just taking a stimulant that'll make you feel better for 10 minutes or 2 hours and then end up, getting, some people, of course, getting jittery from it, but the long-term side effect would be the adrenal getting punished by shrinking and then people end up suffering from the energy in the long run. So unlike that, this product actually does help repair and stimulate the correct organs and functioning more efficiently rather than just masking the temporary ailment, if you know what I mean.
I do. Alex, I remember when you told me that originally you created this for athletes and then it spilled over into the just general population, I'll say. But as time goes on, it's like a restoration product, okay? Because we lose our HGH when we're 30. Everything we put our body through, and then you're talking about how we tax our adrenals. Talk about the importance of us restoring, putting that HGH in twice a day, 5 days a week, putting that thyroidium in, that glandular, and talk about the restoration and how that can help a person's general overall health, because I think it's so important. You just said something, about how, people want to do something quick. They want to take an energy drink. Our product to me is more about restoration of our entire body working the way that God designed it to work.
Absolutely. So generally, if you go back to HGH and all the research that has been done on it and what it does, it's not only HGH, or how our organs work and how our body works in general. You will notice things that are apparently important in how HGH, or the role that HGH plays in how the body functions and the rate of recovery, right? And usually HGH is responsible for a lot of things. For example, if you just take in consideration a teenager that gets injured or breaks a leg or a hand or something, and it takes them 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 10 days to recover, right? And you can tell from all the athletes and sports athletes and younger people how fast they recover. They wear that cast for 2 weeks and then they're running around and are stronger than ever. Once you pass that age and there's not as much human growth hormone in your body, your recovery mechanism generally on a cellular level becomes a lot slower. And it's just, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just part of the aging process. And you will notice, when I'm 40 and somebody breaks a leg or an arm or something like that, it's going to take them 3, 4, 5 times longer to actually get this back to where it's supposed to be at. And when somebody even older, 50, 60 plus, you get an injury like this, it might take you a year to actually recover, if not even longer than that. Sometimes you end up with some permanent damage because of minor falls and stuff like this as well. So this is just one way to look at it on how HGH plays that role in your body. And you can't speak of HGH without speaking of the organs that, of course, work together to increase the production of release it, like the pituitary, thyroid, and adrenal. Those organs pretty much, they work 24/7. whether you're awake, whether you're eating, no matter what you're doing, those organs are functioning 24/7. Think of your body like a car, and it's working, running, and you gotta change the oil on this car. You gotta take care of all those. You gotta do the maintenance on the car to make it last longer, right? So those organs need a break once in a while, right? After you pass a certain age, and the HGH is diminished on production, and it's not being released as much anymore, then those main organs start working very hard to make you feel the way you did when you were younger, and as we get older, they start slowing down little by little. Now, it will vary from person to person, of course, whether you're an athlete, a man, a woman, an active person, depends on the diet, genetics. All the stuff will vary from person to person on how fast our internal organs and glands actually start deteriorating or slowing down. And this is why that product, when I designed this product, it wasn't just to make you feel better in general. It was actually to aid those internal organs on improving their functionality, just based on this. And this is why you got the botanicals in there. And the botanicals will support your glandules, and will support the adrenals, and will support, replacing certain hormones. And then, of course, in return, you got the thyroid and adrenal that have been working for decades, keeping you alive, keeping your temperature straight, keeping your energy and your mood up, keeping you productive. That haven't been rewarded. The only way we reward adrenals is take a shot of caffeine or an energy drinks when we're feeling down. The right way to do is to actually remove stimulants and then get rest, right? But in a high fast-paced society, it's become impossible to get a breather and slow down. And this is just one tiny aspect of what this product would do. Is we're actually improving the functionality of the adrenal and the thyroid. And when you do this with those two glands, and then the pituitary is a much happier gland, and then you have a little bit more release of production on the HGH, of course. And this is what's a major key component of this product.
Wow. Well, you just made a comment there, Alex, that I might want to ask you to repeat on a little bit. You said the pituitary is going to release some HGH. So our own HGH, not only are we putting it in a homeopathic dose, but the botanicals and the whole function of the product is also going to get our pituitary to release more?
Yes. So generally, this is a gland that produces GH from the day you're born until we pass away. And this organ is responsible for this. And generally, this organ is not functioning well. As we get older, it gets more and more tired. And the adrenal and thyroid and pituitary, all these three glands work together. So if one of those three glands falls for a prolonged period of time, then the other two glands will default as well, and they will slow down. So generally, if somebody doesn't take care of their adrenal for a certain period of time, eventually their thyroid will suffer. While a lot of people don't look at it that way. So for example, you go to a doctor, and they check you out, they find out that your adrenal is sluggish, right? Or you have hyper or hypo, and they end up treating the thyroid, and then they end up treating your thyroid directly. Or another way to look at it is to find out what's the cause, right? What's the other organs that could be a little bit sluggish that's causing the thyroid to slow down? And this immediately becomes the adrenal, for example. When the adrenals is tired and fatigued for too long, and again, going back to caffeine and energy drink, I'm not putting down all the, we need to keep up and play high fast pace, to keep up with the competition and how fast society is. Nowadays, you can't blink because you'll fall behind. But then again, another huge thing that happens to adrenal is stress, a lack of sleep, too much cortisol, overworking as well. Like, for example, if you don't allow your body to shut down and the adrenal to shut down, the adrenal never rests, the adrenal never expands, and then eventually the thyroid will suffer. This is how those two relate together, and this is why the same thing with the pituitary. So if you have the adrenal and the pituitary suffering, like most people, after a certain age, will have an issue with one of those two glands. That means eventually your pituitary is suffering as well. That's why helping those two glands function a little bit more efficiently is imperative in the production and release, and the amount of AGH released actually, and then the health of those glands in general.
Wow. It's very interesting, Alex, the way that this product has impacted people's lives. I was going to go to another question, but it leads me to this, because to me, this product is so darn powerful. I mean, I know I can't go out and guarantee this, but I believe in the product so much, I'll tell people it's not a matter of if it's going to work, it's when. I mean, I believe in it that much. I've seen it do some incredible things. I read the testimonial that came into you today by that fellow that's like, you saved my life. It's just amazing what we see, and that's what you wake up to every morning. And it's funny, I go, throughout the day, and I hear people talk about this 30x dilution, and they hear the word dilution, and they hear the word homeopathic. And you've taught me that pharmacology and homeopathy are two different worlds apart. One is black, one is white. One is day, one is night. And I hear people talk about, there's really no product in there. But I also remember you teaching me that if it was 1,000x or 100x, or 600x, you'd have to get a prescription to actually obtain it. Will you let the people know how powerful, the more, X's you get, the more powerful it is? I think a lot of people have trouble with that, but the proof is in the pudding. Our product just flat out works and helps people.
So absolutely, there's two sides to it. Okay, number one is let me get completely clean, wash my hands off of this responsibility. I didn't really create homeopathy, guys. This is science, medicine that's existed way longer than the none of us on this phone call. Okay, and in homeopathy, the higher the dilution is, the stronger the product is. So, for example, and there's actually prescription homeopathic products all over. And if you talk to a homeopath that has actually been practicing homeopathy, and he will tell you, like, for example, I can give you a certain dose on a certain plant, diluted so many times, but if you go into extra high dilutions, it has to be under doctor supervision, and it has to be prescription only. Now, this is one side of it, okay? This is the homeopathic side of it. The other side of it is what we are trying to deal with here. Usually, with any hormone, okay, or a majority of hormones, okay, a majority, not all of them. It's not about how often you use the product, it's about how high of a dose you get, okay, and the half-life of the actual hormone and how long it lasts in your body and how it works. So and I will throw an example of just testosterone, for example, as another hormone. Now, when you use testosterone, you don't have to use testosterone on a daily basis. You can on a small dose again, okay? But you don't have to. Why? I can give you a high dose of testosterone, a super high dose, and then it can keep going half-lives for like a week. So it'll actually work in your body for 1 to 2 weeks. Other hormones are the same way, like progesterone, like DHEA, like estrogen. They actually last a long time in your body, and it's actually easy to measure the doses on how much is in your body as well. With HGH, it's not really about how much. It's about how often and is it available for our body when it needs it, kind of thing, right? Because it's the master, it's the mother of all hormones. So you have to look at it from that aspect. It's not about me injecting a massive dose right now. Look, if you're not going to compete in a big competition, you have to outperform 200 other people. You don't need to inject yourself with a massive dose. We're not here to push our organs to function like we're super beings. This product on that dose that it's at is just to improve the functionality of the organs, not to make you compete with, at a bodybuilding competition or with I don't know, if it's a fighter, or compete at a, crazy thing. So this is different. To repair and improve and enhance our body's functionality and improve the health of our organs, we don't need a high dose. This way, we can avoid all the side effects that can come through from administering high doses. That's number one. and you can avoid the high expense, and you can avoid the invasiveness that comes from using high doses of HGH, and you don't have to worry about those things. So microdosing or homeopathic dosing is actually our secret. Okay, it's what's special about this product, and it's what makes it special and what makes it work so well. And it's not really using a high dose regularly. And this way, again, you can avoid all the things you have to worry about with using a massive amount of hormone and what it converts to in your body. In this case, you apply a small dose regularly. You don't have too much hormones floating around in your blood all day long. You don't have to worry about side effects. And this is the secret sauce in here.
Wow. Is it okay to be on bioidentical hormones like tests, progesterone, estrogen while on the Somaderm gel?
It sure is. But always monitor your progress or regression. So always check with your doctor every few months, because what you'll find out, what a lot of people find out, and I know that now just from here, from New Year Life alone, and I know that before from where I had the product before New Year Life, your organs will start functioning a little bit better, and you become a little bit less and less dependent on certain HRTs, okay? And once you are, if you get checked regularly by your doctor, I would share that with them. As they test your numbers, they will find out, do we need to continue on the hormone replacement therapy, or do we need to decrease their doses or increase their doses? And this is very important to do. So whenever you're using, and not because of the Somaderm, it's really because of how, if your organs are functioning better on their own, or the other way around. Okay, so regardless how they're going to be working, definitely check with your doctor every 3 to 6 months and tell them, how's my, if you're taking thyroid medication, check with your doctor after 6 months. Tell them, hey, check my thyroid, or do I need more? Do I need that? And you'll find out how it's going. And again, the progress from person to person, Joe, varies. Tremendously. And this is because we're all different. There could be a 30-year-old that's using the product, and there could be a 60-year-old that's using the product, or a 50, right? And they can be both using thyroid. One of them might have a different reaction because the thyroid might recover quicker between one person to another. It's not going to be the same rate of recovery, for example, on the thyroid. So, and that goes with every single organ, by the way. Just the thyroid is just an example. But you can use it with your hormone replacement therapy. The goal, obviously, is to be a little bit less dependent on everything else, so your body's working better on its own. So eventually check with your practitioner or your doctor and check on if you still need the same medication, or it's just as high of a dose or more or less.
Gotcha. Thank you. Couple more questions. One, very easy. Using Somaderm over an extended period of time, for years, is it going to cause our bodies to produce less of our own HGH and rely on the product to be the only supply?
No, actually. You can think like this if you're 18 or 15, but if you're anywhere over 25, this is not even an issue to be considered about. Your body doesn't release HGH. 25 to 30, 35, it doesn't release it. So you have nothing to worry about. And if you look at it from that side. But the safety of HGH, your body really, it's just about repairing organs, so it will never really shut down anything, right? It's going to enhance the functionality of your organs and the rate of recovery on the branch of organs at a cellular level and all of that. So no, you don't have to worry about this, especially with a microdose. It's actually safe pretty much for anybody. It's not going to shut down anything, and you're not going to be dependent on it. You can quit after 6 months, after 6 years, and you'll notice that you're slowly going back to where you started at, where you're supposed to be at this time in your life. You're not going to have a sudden drop or anything crazy like that. So that's totally not something that you have to, you worry about when you go home.
What about the 2 days off, Alex? Why is it so important to take it off? And what happens to someone if they don't take the 2 days off?
So if you remember what I said earlier about giving your glands a break, I mean this in every single way. I wish I wish I could tell people they could take breaks off of, work with more doctors and have them, work a little bit more closely with their patients on giving them breaks when they're taking glandulars, even prescriptions. Why? It's because those organs need to have breaks to function and to be able to recover. They need to rest, right? So I try to educate this message and pass it on. Really, if you use the product 7 days in a row or 3 weeks in a row or 3 months in a row, that's fine. You can do 3 weeks on, 1 week off, okay? You can do 5 days on, 2 days off, or you can do 3 months on, 1 month off. Either way, give your organs a break to work on their own, okay, and to be without any external hormones and to be without any external stimulants. And this way, it actually makes them function better, right? So you're not replacing your organs. You're actually making them function better and helping them function more efficiently. So I hope that makes sense.
It does. It does. Well, Alex, that almost brings us to a close, but I have to ask you, as when I started out the call talking about the numbers that we have done because of the product, because of focusing on people, what does our future look like from your view, my friend? I mean, it's one thing for us to look out here, but it's another thing to be inside your head and look through your eyes. Tell us what you see, Alex, as we bring the call to a close.
So since my brain never shuts down, that might be a little complicated, and you might want to you might want to end it for me because I could talk for about 2 months.
I have to retract the question.
No. Look, I'm a realist, okay? And the most important thing for the whole family, the New You Life family, okay, to understand is this is not a short-term thing for me. Okay, I've been doing it 28 years, and I'm looking forward for the next 28 years. Okay, this is not the last product for me either. Okay, I have bucket loads of products, and certain some of them will make their way through New You. Of course, as we improve our efficiency and get everything perfect like it's supposed to be, then we can funnel some of the stuff in there. And this is just the beginning in that aspect as well. The most important thing is that I hear you, I see you, I understand you, I've seen what you guys can do. And I'm talking to the family, I'm talking to all of you guys out there. I see what you guys have done. I'm thankful to all the feedback that I wake up for. This is the best breakfast I can have. Waking up for a phenomenal testimonial or a question or an inquiry, it's just the best thing ever. So what I'm trying to say is I've seen you guys, I've seen what you need, and I'm going to give you what you need, okay? The improvement, the education, the power, the protection, and I see this being what everybody was telling me about a year ago, that this can be the new standard and how things will be and how the best products ever and how many lives we're going to change. I see this. It's a reality. It's actually happening as we speak. We've shattered records thanks to you, and then we've changed lives already thanks to you. And I just want to support you, and everywhere I can continue what you have been doing. Hence, our name is New You, and that you is going to be everywhere one day thanks to you. Okay? So honestly, guys, I love every single person in this company. I can't thank you enough for this phenomenal journey. I will restlessly work nonstop to make this the experience you guys deserve. And I'm looking forward to our next talk, Joe, with the family. And I want to wish everybody that I might not encounter until then happy holidays. I know everything's coming upon us now, and 1 year in about 15 days, right? So happy anniversary to you, Joe. Good job. And to the whole family on being here and hanging in there and growing the way we are. So thank you to everybody.